In a small, quiet village called Barren Moor, right beside the sea, there lived a woman named Lyra. The waves always whispered her name. The wind knew her secrets. The people said she was a healer, a midwife, and maybe even a witch. But they also called her something else. The Empress of the Bluffs. Why? Because everything grew around her. Flowers bloomed where she walked. Babies were born safe in her hands. And many fell in love with the warmth of her voice. But Lyra only gave her heart to one man. Elian, a sailor with silver eyes and a promise. 10 years ago, Elian left on his ship, the Aurelian, and told Lyra, "I will return to you." Then he disappeared. No letters. No sails on the horizon. Just silence. The villagers said he died at sea. But Lyra never believed it. Every evening, she lit a red lantern on the cliff. A secret sign between them. She waited. Day after day. Year after year. Then one night, the lantern went out by itself. And the next morning, a ship appeared in the fog. It was the Aurelian. Broken. Old. Ghostly. The villagers were afraid. They said it was cursed. But Lyra? She smiled. Barefoot, she walked to the shore. And standing on the ship was Elian. He looked the same. Not older. Not a day had passed. But he said nothing. And something wasn't right. Elian moved back into Lyra's home. But he was cold, even near the fire. He never ate. He barely spoke. And he stared at the sea for hours. The village whispered. They said he wasn't really Elian. They said he had died, and she brought him back. Only one person was brave enough to speak to Lyra. Mara, the village healer. Kind, calm, and full of quiet wisdom. She told Lyra, "You've brought something back that doesn't belong here." But Lyra said, "This is love." Mara looked at her. Softly, but with truth in her voice. "No, this is pain. You haven't let him go." Lyra's eyes didn't blink. "He kept his promise. He came back." Mara whispered. "Then why do you still look so alone?" One stormy night, Mara followed Elian to the cliffs. She heard him whispering to the sea in a strange voice. And then, the sea whispered back. Mara touched his arm. Elian turned. And his eyes were no longer silver. They were black, like deep water. Cold. Endless. Empty. Terrified, she ran to Lyra. "He's not human anymore." But Lyra. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just said, "I didn't bring him back. He found his way. He loves me." Mara whispered. "But he's suffering." And Lyra said, "Then I'll suffer with him." That's what love is. But Mara didn't see what Lyra had become. Years of pain. Years of waiting. They had changed her. She was no longer just a woman. She was the true Empress now. She ruled not only life and love, but obsession, madness, and grief. Her garden now only grew red flowers. Elian didn't reflect in mirrors. And Lyra's heart, though still beating, was no longer fully alive. One last time, Mara came to her. "Let him go," she said. "Or I will." So Lyra took Elian's hand. And together, they walked to the sea. She kissed him gently. And whispered, "If love means drowning, then drown me too." But Elian finally spoke. His voice was like thunder over the waves. "You are not mine anymore," he said. "You are the sea." Then he stepped into the water. And disappeared. Lyra went home. She closed the door. And never lit the red lantern again. Her house became silent. Her garden died. But sometimes, on foggy nights when the sea sings low, people say they still see her. Standing on the cliff. Watching. Not for love anymore. But for peace. Sometimes, We hold on to people, even when they're no longer here. We call it love. But sometimes, it's just pain wearing a mask. Letting go doesn't mean we stop loving. It means we start healing. Because love should lift us, not drown us.